Hello guys, I'm here with a deck profile on Drytrons, which you can already tell by the title of the video, and we're just gonna jump right into it. So this deck can make about makes more negates than pendulum. You know, it's just always saying like seven negate pendulums. This can make like about 9 or more negates, depending on your end board. Because this is like basically the best card in the deck currently. I would say it's the best card in the deck currently. And yeah, depending on how many fairies you get in the hand, like if you have Eva, you're able to you have Herald, and if you're able to make Apo, you have Herald. Basically, all you need is Herald Ultimus and Apo, and yeah, you're basically good. So yeah, and if you have Eva in hand, plus any other fairies, if you just have the Eva, so basically off of Ben 10, if you're gonna use it multiple times, but you don't have if you don't need to search anything else to extend with, you can add Eva to hand for Herald, so you can add up to 2 more, so you have more negates. This gives you at least 7 negates, but depending on how many other fairies you draw into, you're gonna be good. And you always have target for Evas. Okay. Because we play multiple fairies. So let's start right into the deck profile. So for the monsters, we got Ash Blossom. We got 3 Ash Blossoms, 3 Diviners, 3 Alphas, 3 Deltas. 1 Delta, 2 Gammas, 3 Zetas, 2 Evas, 3 Heralds of Orange Lights, 1 Cyber Angel Ben 10, 1 Natasha, 1 Ultimateness, 1 Ophiel, and 1 Fool. So, the monsters, obviously Ash is a generic hand trap. You really can't put any more hand traps in here. You really just can't fit any more into the deck. Or, I can't, at least. If you're able to fit more into the deck, then that's good. But the current deck list I'm playing with is, somewhat, it's consistent, but it'll have its bricks once in a while. And I'm playing in a tournament on the 5th and the 6th. So if I win, I'll be posting with this deck list. I'll be posting it again. And yeah, I'll be updating it to feedback of other people in the tournament, what they think I can add into her to make it more consistent. But yeah, this is right. Okay. Yeah. Then this card is literally cracked. You can use this card to send Entis. It's a fairy. It sends fairies. And this allows you to get 1 turn Beatrice, because you send a level. So let me read its effects since it's a new card. If this card is normal or special summon, you can send 1 fairy monster from your deck or extra deck to the grave, and if you do, increase this card's level by the level of the monster till the end of the turn. So basically, in that first effect, if you send a level 4, it'll become a level 6. Now these 2 are just super poly targets in the side deck. So that's why we're playing Pod Prosperities, because you can banish these and other cards if you need to. But these, you have 3 level 4s you can send off of this. That's why you play 3 of them, because you have 3. Now you need to keep these 3 in the extra deck, so you have them to send. Now, if you don't have any more, if you don't need to get out any more rituals or ritual spells, then you can banish these off Pod Prosperities, but yeah. It's basically cracked. Literally, okay, so this card is basically, okay, you want to search this, okay, so if you're gonna do a Ben 10 search for the first time using Ben 10 effect, you need to search this card, because this card's gonna allow you to get to Beatrice, so you're gonna be able to send more cards if you need to, and that's a big if. Because if you don't, then you're good. You're basically good. But okay, so yeah, and then you play 2 Evas because you got multiple fairy targets in the deck. But you just need to be able to manage 2 of them, and you have 6 fairy targets. if not, like 3. You also have this as a fairy target. But yeah, I mean, you can't really target this off of Eva. You can target, so if you draw into like a Herald Orange like plus an Eva, cracked. That's literally game right there. Because you can add this off of Eva and this. And so you don't even need to use Ben 10 effect if you already drew Eva Herald. Because if they negate if they try to do any other hand traps, you draw Herald and Eva. You want to search this and another one of these. So you got a backup, and you got this, which you didn't need to search off of Ben 10. So you can grab Eva off of Ben 10 and another Herald Orange Light when you use the effect. Because you can use Ben 10 effect up to 3 times. The max you can use it is 3 times in one turn. The most you're going to be using it is like at least 2 times. Which is still pretty cracked. Because if Ben 10 wasn't limited, you were able to put 3 in here, you could probably use this up to 4 to 5 times in one turn. Literally. This deck is like so good. Like, it's okay. So if I had to like make a list of top decks, whenever the Lightning Overdrive comes out for Lightning Overdrive format, this deck would be one of the top 5 decks. Like, if you haven't seen Simo's video, I would check it out. I'm gonna link it in the descriptions for you guys to check it out. But this deck is literally good. Like, Print Kids, yeah, they're pretty cool. But versus this deck that can make multiple negates, I don't think Print Kids can out this, because like if they're going up against like an Ash, maybe if they have extenders or a Dimension Shifter, they just have to pass turn. But when they're going up against with multiple negates, multiple Omni negates, you can negate their spells, traps, and their monster effects with this deck. Literally, you can negate their whole hand, and they'll have to literally pass turn. And they lose next turn, because you can kill them. You can literally kill them next turn. Now we're going to go on to the spells, which are 3 Cyber Emergencies, 3 Fafnir's, 2 Fafnir's, 3 Novas, 2 Medionuses, 3 Product Prosperities, 3 Rights. So, most of these cards are like more of like extenders in searches than like just cards you actually need. Like, there are some cards that you need in here, like this, to be able to ritual summon, and these 5 cards. So basically, all the Drytron cards you need, so you can extend, so you have cards to use and summon. And this is just an extender, so you can add one to hand, one of the Drytrons. You can also use this one to add any rituals that you need, because they're all level 7 or lower, except for this one, which can be added off of Ben 10, so you would want to add that off of Ben 10 later on in the combo, so you can ritual summon it. So you want to be able to ritual summon this before you go off into, like, anything else. Like, so let's say you want to do a combo, but you want to be able to get out Appaloosa plus this. So you want to try to get out Ultimus first before you get out Appaloosa. Because Appaloosa is going to not, if you are able to make the XZs, because XZs detach ones, so you detach a Drytron since it's 2k attack, uses the attack of the monster technically since you're the ritual spell. So it'll be 2k. So, and this one's also at 2k. So you summon out this one. If you have 3 materials on board, you're not able to go Appaloosa, but yeah. And then Polar Exprarities is just to be able to search any card, basically any card in your deck. You only want to banish up to 3. So you keep cards in the extra deck, and you're able to use multiple of these, so you'll be banishing up to 9 if you use them. And then, onto the extra deck, because we're basically done with the main deck. There's no traps in the deck. I don't think there was in the other list before this, like that were whenever Ben 10 was at 3. But yeah, so on the extra deck we got Entis. It's a Herald target. We got two Herald. We got one Muddy Mud Dragon, one Mud Dragon in Swamp, one Starving Venom Fusion Dragon, two Herald of the Arclight, one Beatrice, Lady of the Eternal, Zeus, two Drytron Mu Beta Fafnir, one Assembled Nightingale, one Access Code Talker, one Appaloosa, IP, Unicorn, and a Link Karibo. Link Karibo is just to get, if you were able to summon, if you're able to use Nova to summon one, but you don't got any Drytrons in hand, so you can't tribute the Drytron monster you summon, but you do got Rituals in hand, you can spare and use. Yeah, you go into Link Karibo and use. That's why we only you only need one Link Karibo because you're gonna have resources in Grave to use. But yeah. And Nightmare Unicorn is just IP target. You also got Appaloosa and Access as an IP target, but you don't go into Access. You most likely go into Appaloosa if you need to. Then these three right here are just Herald of Diviner targets. I should say Diviner because this one's also called Herald, and this one's also called Herald and Herald. Bunch of Heralds in this deck. These two are super poly targets for the side deck, so you can banish these. Since if you go first, then you can banish these. Now, me on the other hand, I lose the rock paper scissors all the time. But even though I lose the rock paper scissors, this deck is pretty nice. Pretty nice. It depends on the board that your opponent makes. I was going up against Planet Patrol one time, and they made a pretty sad board. I'll probably show that replay later in the video. It was like basically like a one-game thing because they just quit. Because they were like, it was like, because I was learning the deck, and I was trying to make like a good end board after they went first. So like, yeah. And then these two are the new cards. So this one says if you attribute a monster for ritual summon, you can detach the appropriate materials. So when it means appropriate materials, it means if you have a ritual spell that uses levels instead of attack, you need to detach a level 7 from this. But we use attack, so we only need to detach a 2k monster. And you can also target him with the ritual spell Engrave, and it does not affect that. You can still detach one for 2k. And this one, so the main effect you want to use is, and it's the effect I forget most of the time that this card has, is that it can, when it's Xyz summon, so you gotta use this whenever Xyz summon, you gotta send one Drytron card from your deck. So if you're not able to get Gamma out to the grave, you're able to with this card. If you're not able to, so let's say you have Gamma and Grave, and so you're able to summon out 2 Drytrons, or if you're able to summon out 2 Drytrons without using Gamma effect, then you can send this one or another Drytron card that you need. Like if you don't have one of these and like you haven't used one of these effects, you need to. Because this one's just like a plus, like a draw, so it can help you get into fairies, but you really need to use the other Drytrons. Then this one is just to get into Zeus. Beatrice is just to send other more Drytron cards to grave, and Eva, you can send Eva to grave. Just in case you drew Eva. And yeah, that's basically, I think that's it for the explanation of the extra deck. But on to the side deck. We play 1 Pink, 2 Droll and Lockbirds, 3 Nibiru's, 2 Dark Ruler No More, 2 Lightning Storm, 2 Super Poly, 3 Evenly. So, for the side deck, 3 Evenly, you can side these in. If you find room to side these in, I usually side them out for the Ashes if I don't need Ashes in the deck. Like, if I can get rid of this, I'll side in these 4, because these are, like, the main blowout cards. If I don't need Dark Ruler, because I don't get out, like, a bunch of monster negates, they're mostly back row, or, like, Inspector Board or Pass. We play light targets, so it'd be the same attribute, and it'd be different types. So let me check real quick. Inspector Border, yeah, it's so light. Just had to make sure. Okay. And then Super Poly's there for because we got Super Poly targets in this Extra deck just in case your opponent summons a Dragoon, Verte, pass. Starring Venom would like to say hello to you, Dragoon. And yeah. Or just in case they're playing Snakes, you also got this. You also got this. So they can't just send your whole board. And yeah, these are just the hand traps in the side because you can side these in if you need them. Like I was one time going up against Adigaster. I think I might show that one instead of the Planet Patrol one. But yeah, I drew into one Nibiru, nothing else. The dude literally got Nibiru pass. He said Nibiru. I said Nibiru. He said summon token, pass. And I said GG's. Literal GG's. This is just a card that you can side in. Just like so you have it. So if like, you're going second, you can summon out this card. Also play this with other blowout cards. So if you're able to side in 5, side in these 5 if you need to. Or these. It depends on what you need for the current matchup. Now this side deck it can be changed depending on how you want to make it. This is how I want to make my side deck. But if you want to change it, you can. And if you have any other suggestions about this deck, you can tell me in the comment section below. Also, make sure you're subscribed to my channel, because I'm making more Lightning Overdrive deck profiles. I'm gonna be starting to do more YouTube stuff, making more deck profiles, and yeah, I'm gonna be showing some of my replays that I do with these decks, Lightning Overdrive decks, so you guys can see how good they're gonna be in the current format. And yeah. I think that's it, and I'm going to be live streaming on Twitch on the 5th and 6th. I usually live stream on Monday, Saturday, and Sunday. I may have to change my schedule. But yeah, I usually stream on Monday, Saturday, and Sunday. We stream on the 5th and 6th, because the 5th and 6th is a box tournament. It's a Lightning Overdrive box tournament. So if you want to try to pull some free diviners, they're like $90 a piece, basically. About $90 a piece. That's a bunch. Like if you don't need diviners, but you pull them, and you pull some other super rares. If you pull the Starlight rare, yeah, but I'll be it's one of my friends' tournament, not mine. But he will also be streaming it. I'll just be streaming me playing in my matches in it. I won't be helping him stream the tournament. I'll just be streaming my matches. But yeah, so we're gonna head to we're gonna head on to the combos, and then we're gonna go to the replays. So I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so we're here with the test hand. So we're not gonna really just show 2 cards. We're showing what like a regular hand would look like. And when I said regular, this hand is pretty cracked. Now I didn't even add any of this to my hand. Literally just came to me. So pretty happy that it gave me this hand, because this hand can go off through a bunch of combos. Okay, so first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna activate this. It's gonna be the first thing we're gonna literally do. Activate this, summon off that. We're gonna activate this. Add Zeta. We're gonna link 1 into this. Where is it? Link Kribo. We're gonna activate. Which one? Zeta. Well, no, we're gonna activate Alpha Engrave. Pitching Zeta. Summoning out Alpha. And then Alpha effect, add this one to hand. Normal summon out this. Activate effect. Sending Herald. Herald effect. Adding Ben 10. And then we're going to go for Zeta effect, sending the Ben 10. And we're going to add the ritual spell, and then we're going to activate Ben 10 effect to add Eva. And then we're going to activate, really depends here, we're going to overlay these two through this. We're going to activate effect whenever it's summoned. Send this. Special out this by sending the Gamma from hand. Now that tribute for all the, so they tribute for cost all Drytron monsters, just so you know. I'm just doing this a little bit faster than normally would do. Okay, but then you're going to draw one because you have a ritual spell. You just need one in hand, so you need either ritual monster or ritual spell, so we're just going to draw one so we have both in hand. Basically, we drew into the ultimateness, so we didn't need to add this to hand. Okay, then we're going to activate this so it can be Nibiru proof, but we were already in the Nibiru zone. Then next we're going to add it back to hand. Activate it again. Detach one more. Special out this. Then we're going to activate effect. Add to hand this one. And then we're going to activate this one using it just itself as ritual. And then we're going to activate this effect. Adding back Ben 10. And we are going to overlay for these into Beatrice. And then we are going to activate Beatrice effect, detaching this. And yeah, this can send any card, so you can send the other Eva in deck, activate the other Eva in deck, and banishing this one. And the other Herald Engrave. And then you can add Orange Light and another Herald to hand. And then when you use this Eva, you can add back the same two, so just in case if you don't use the Herald. So whenever you're using Ultimate's effect, if it's not your turn, it's your opponent's turn. Like let's say like right now, we already used this Diviner's effect this turn, so we don't want to use it again. So we can send this one this turn. But next turn, since we already have Eva, we can send this one and this one. But we want to keep the other the other Diviner in hand, and when we add it back off of this. Now we're gonna link 2 into IP. Then we're gonna activate. We're gonna activate Gamma Engrave, sending this. Special out Gamma and this. And just to make sure that we didn't use Gamma. Okay, yeah, we did not use it this turn. Okay, so yeah, then we're going to summon up this one. And then we're going to use these four to go into an IP, not an IP, an Appaloosa. So once Appaloosa's effects are gone, we can use Appaloosa and this one to go into Access Go Talker. And we can make it, or we can use Appaloosa as a link 1. To go into Unicorn if we need to, discard 1. And also, Ben 10 would get an effect since it was used. Also, but yeah, so you would want to add Natasha, so you have that. But yeah, besides that, besides that slip up with the Ben 10, I mean with Ben 10, this is basically, so you got 4 monster negates. You got and you got 4 Omni negates in hand currently off of Ultimus. So technically 10 negates. It's technically 11 negates right here if you include Ash. So because we're not going to be using Orange Light, so we can't include that one. So you're only going to be including the ones off of that can be added off of Eva and the ones already in hand. So you got 4 in hand or 5 in hand. So this is 5 negates in hand. So yeah, it's 11 negates because once you add those two off of Eva, 11 negates. Literally 11 negates. Broken for this format. 11, like, that. So basically, with this hand, you don't care about your opponent's hand. You just negate their whole hand because you have enough resources to do that. So you would say this one for the spells and traps. You would use this one for the monster negates. So you can always use this one to negate the monster's effects. And also, if they're playing prank kids, dead. Dinosaurs, dead. Literally any deck that does okay, and unless they draw in okay, this is without hand traps. So if your opponent has hand traps, you don't really care. Kind of, it depends on what the hand traps are. If they draw a Droll, Dark Ruler, because some people main deck Dark Ruler now Super Poly, Super Poly kind of good. Then yeah, if they're playing the same deck as you go first. GG's. But yeah. The dinosaurs, it depends on their hand also. If they like, you lose to Droll because you're not able to add more cards. You lose to Dimension Shifter, but that's only if your opponent can draw those cards. You lose to sometimes to Nibiru if you're not able to out it with Orange Light. But yeah, that's it for the combo. So I mean, yeah. Now we're gonna go on to a replay. Okay, so we're here with the replay, and this is the replay I could find against the Pointer Patrol player. We only played like one match because it was like a quick match, just so I could test the deck. So yeah, so he's going to be going first. So his beginning hand is 2 Pointer Patrols, uh, 1 Pointer Patrol spell, Dark Ruler, and Tactics. So we're gonna next play. So he's gonna go standby, main phase 1. Summons the Pointer Patrol. Summons out Almirage. He's going to use the effect of Pilot. This is a new card. I haven't read it. But yeah. I'm going to add that one back. Had to read it during the match. And yeah, he's going to summon out the Pointer Patrol. Now, I said okay to that. He's going to use the effects on that one. And pass turn. So now, he didn't use Tactics. That I didn't have no reason to use Ash. But I'm pretty sure if you Ash this, its whole effect is not negated. Because it's not like Prank Kids. I mean, it's not like Prank Kids. It might be. It's kind of worded like Prank Kids are, like, where they're like quick then draw one, but it's not a then effect, so it's not part of the effect. Actually, yeah, it is. Cause it is then draw one, so it is a part of the whole effect. So your opponent controls are in their grave, and if you do equip that target to it, then draw 1 card. So I guess you do, because it is worded like how Prank Kids are. But yeah, so we're gonna do next. So I went to standby, make phase 1, activated rights. Said okay. Activated Nova. He says that he's playing Drytron. Twin negate Drytron board. Use that. He has to read them, because yeah, it has been a long time. I'm gonna chain that, Blackbeard. I'm gonna chain Ash. It's all the same effect. Okay, then. He's gonna add Herald. I'm gonna add Herald. I'm gonna send the Herald. Okay, so I used Diviner and I sent the Synchro Herald. You know, I'm just gonna call them all Herald. I'm gonna call them Monster Herald, which is referring to this one, Ritual Herald, and then Synchro Herald. Not to make a if they have a Fusion Herald, well, they're just gonna call it Fusion Herald. And I forgot Ben 10 adds doesn't just add the ritual back from grave. I was thinking that I was using the ritual effect at the time, but I wasn't. I was using Ben 10. We're gonna summon out that. And then we summon out this. We're basically going to do the same thing that we did in the combo, make a big negate board, but without the IP. Now, later in this combo, he thinks I didn't use 4 monsters when I did, and we could just check in the replay just to make sure. Now we go... I think I only used 2 for the Nightmare Unicorn. Pretty sure I only used 2 for the Nightmare Unicorn. So I did kind of cheat there, but it doesn't really matter. Because if I had used 3, I would just ritual summon anyways off of this card. Which cheating is bad, so. And at the current time, I was just trying to combo off. I wasn't really worried. I was trying to figure out the combo more like... at the time, I was more trying to figure out the combo than I was worried about what I was really trying to think. I was mostly trying to think about how I did the combo more than what I was doing on what I was using. Then he's just gonna have to Dr. Learn no more. I wasn't using my brain, so I couldn't get out the Herald Ultimus, which didn't even matter anyways. I'm gonna activate Orange Light. Then 2. Tactics, drawing 2 cards, pass. And he's Runiviru, but yeah, it doesn't really matter. And then we're gonna detach 1, summon out Ultimateness. And he really didn't have an out to Ultimateness, so yeah. And yeah, that's it for the replay. And yeah, that's it for the deck profile. And sorry about the audio quality. I'm gonna probably get a mic just in case. I don't know if it sounds bad on your part, but when I'm going back through these, because like I go through each of these clips to make sure they're short, at least short enough so it's not like an hour-long like deck profile or like a 50-minute long deck profile. Like this one might be like a 30-minute, which is okay. To me, it seems okay. But yeah. And then, yeah, so it sounds kind of bad on me. If it does sound bad to you, the audio quality, just tell me in the comment section below. But yeah, that's gonna end there for the deck profile. Hope y'all like it. Leave a love, I can't even speak. Leave a thumbs up and subscribe. Also, while you're subscribing, hit the bell icon so you can always get a notification when I make a new deck profile. And yeah.